Hello everyone, and welcome back to Peaceful Garden. Lately, I've noticed something very interesting. Whenever I read comments in gardening groups or watch videos about houseplants, I keep seeing the same question over and over again. Can I use coffee grounds for Anthurium plants? Some people say coffee grounds are amazing. They believe they can make Anthurium leaves greener, shinier, and help the plant grow faster. But others have a completely different experience. They say that after using coffee grounds, the soil started to smell strange. Mold appeared on the surface. The plant stopped growing well, and some leaves even turned yellow. The interesting part is that both groups believe they used coffee grounds the right way. So, who's actually right? Are coffee grounds really good for Anthuriums? Are they bad? Or is there something important that many people are missing? That's exactly why I decided to spend some time researching this topic before making today's video. The truth is, coffee grounds are not a new gardening material. Gardeners in many countries have been using them for years, mainly by adding them to compost piles or mixing them with organic matter to improve the soil. So it's not correct to say that coffee grounds are completely useless. But it's also not true that simply spreading them on top of your pot will suddenly make your Anthurium healthier. The real answer is somewhere in the middle. Before we decide whether coffee grounds are good or bad, we first need to understand what is actually left inside them after brewing a cup of coffee. Many people think that once coffee is brewed, all the nutrients are gone. But that's not completely true. Used coffee grounds still contain organic matter and small amounts of nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, and a little phosphorus. They also contain cellulose and lignin, two natural materials that can help improve soil structure after they break down. At this point, you might be thinking, well, if coffee grounds still contain nutrients, then they must be good for plants. That's exactly what I thought at first. But after reading more about soil science and how organic materials decompose, I discovered something that many videos never mention. And honestly, this is probably the most important part of today's video. The nutrients inside coffee grounds are not immediately available to your plant. Before the roots can absorb them, microorganisms in the soil must first break the organic matter down into forms that plants can use. In other words, coffee grounds are not a fast-acting fertilizer. Think of it this way. A liquid fertilizer is like a ready-to-eat meal. Coffee grounds are more like a bag of uncooked rice. You can't eat the rice right away. It has to be cooked first. Plants work in a very similar way. They can't use most of the nutrients in coffee grounds until nature has done the work of breaking them down. This explains why many people add coffee grounds to their pots and expect to see greener leaves within a few days. When nothing happens, they think coffee grounds simply don't work. But believe it or not, that's still not the biggest issue. Even if coffee grounds contain useful nutrients, that doesn't mean every plant should be treated the same way. Every plant has a different type of root system. Some plants can tolerate heavy, wet soil for a long time. Others cannot, and Anthuriums belong to the second group. In fact, the roots are the key to this whole story. Whether coffee grounds help your Anthurium or actually create problems depends much more on the plant's root system than on the coffee grounds themselves.
This is also why two people can use the exact same coffee grounds but end up with completely different results. So what makes Anthurium roots so different? And why can one small mistake completely change the outcome? That's exactly what we'll explore in the next part of this video.
So, what's so special about Anthurium roots? If you've grown Anthuriums for a while, you've probably noticed that they like consistent moisture. But they don't like soil that stays wet or compact for too long. Their roots need both water and air to stay healthy. When the growing medium becomes too dense or stays wet for a long time, the roots can't breathe properly. As a result, the plant absorbs less water and fewer nutrients. The first signs are usually slow growth, smaller new leaves, or leaves that lose some of their rich green color. If the problem continues, weak roots can become more vulnerable to fungal diseases. This is one reason why some people don't see good results after using coffee grounds. The problem is often not the coffee grounds themselves, but how they are used. Many people spread wet coffee grounds directly on top of the soil after making coffee. First, everything looks perfectly normal, but after a while, the coffee grounds can form a dense layer on the surface. This layer may reduce airflow, keep the soil wetter for longer, and in warm, humid weather it can even encourage mold growth. That's something many gardening videos don't talk about. Now you may be wondering, if coffee grounds can cause these problems, why do so many experienced gardeners still use them? The answer is actually very simple. Experienced gardeners usually don't use fresh coffee grounds right away. Instead, they dry them first or mix them into a compost pile with leaves and other organic materials. During composting, microorganisms slowly break down the organic matter. Over time, some of the nutrients become more available, and the finished compost helps improve soil structure. At that point, coffee grounds are no longer used as a thick layer on top of the pot. They become just one small ingredient in a healthy potting mix or compost. That small difference often leads to very different results. Another question I hear quite often is whether coffee grounds make the soil too acidic. The answer may surprise you. After coffee is brewed, most of the acidic compounds have already gone into your cup. That means used coffee grounds are usually much less acidic than many people believe. However, that doesn't mean you should use large amounts. Too much of any organic material in a small pot can change the balance of the growing medium. It may affect moisture, airflow, and the activity of beneficial microorganisms in the soil. That's why using a small amount is always the safer choice. Recently, many people have also asked about another method: soaking used coffee grounds in water and using the liquid to water anthuriums. Some gardeners recommend it, but at the moment, there isn't much scientific evidence showing that coffee ground water helps anthuriums grow better than normal care.
If you'd like to try it, use only used coffee grounds. Soak them in clean water for a short time. Strain out all the solid particles, and dilute the liquid well before watering. Use it only once in a while, not every time you water your plant. Most importantly, pay attention to how your plant responds. If it continues growing normally, you may keep using it in moderation. But if you notice bad smells, mold, soil that stays wet for too long, yellow leaves, or slower growth, it's best to stop and return to your normal care routine. So after everything we've talked about today, the answer should be much clearer. Coffee grounds are not a miracle fertilizer, but they are not useless either. When they're properly dried or composted, used in small amounts, and combined with a well-draining potting mix, they can be a useful source of organic matter. But if they're overused or applied the wrong way, they may create unhealthy conditions for the roots. The most important lesson is this: there is no single ingredient that can make an anthurium grow perfectly. Healthy plants come from the right combination of well-draining soil, proper watering, enough light, balanced nutrition, and regular care. Coffee grounds are simply one small piece of that bigger picture. If you've ever tried using coffee grounds on your anthuriums or other houseplants, I'd love to hear about your experience. Leave a comment below and share what worked for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.